Hey y'all, and welcome to March's Scrappy Sunday episode. My name is Kay, and this is my YouTube channel where I chat about all of my knitting and crocheting adventures. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and we do have a group for this podcast on Ravelry. If you are over on Ravelry and you hit the groups tab and search Crazy Sock Lady podcast, it's going to pull that up for you there. And there will also be links to everywhere that you can find me, as well as show notes right down below this episode, right down below the video. I'm excited to share progress with you guys on some of my Scrappy projects. Just 2 of them have really had work, but I'm excited to show you guys what I have done on them. So if you are new to this channel and you're wondering what Scrappy Sunday is, it is something that I like to do on Instagram with hashtag Scrappy Sunday. And on Sundays, I just like to unplug, kind of clear my mind and work on Scrappy projects. Kind of gets me ready for the coming week. I figured, and right now, with this craziness in the world, I am so looking forward to the Scrappy Sunday to definitely unplug and work on some mindless knitting and crocheting. I have Scrappy socks on the needles. One is done. And this yarn that I've used is Suburban Stitcher. It was some minis that were in a Swapless Swap, which I will link the current one that we have going on in the Ravelry group. I'll link that below. With those, you get 10 40-yard minis, different dyer each month. My good friend Rosalie puts the Swapless Swaps together and does all of that work. And this one was from a while back. It was Suburban Stitcher. I did 64 stitches, US 1, 2.25 millimeter needles, and a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, and a rounded toe. And the instructions for the heel flap and gusset and toe can be found in any of my patterns on Etsy or Ravelry. I have the second one started. Is that not too far, but it's progress. I don't think I worked on these at all this past Scrappy Sunday, so hopefully this Sunday they'll get a little bit of love. I'm knitting these on my signature DPNs. I've got this in just a little basket that I picked up at New York Sheep and Wool Festival a couple of years ago. They're all caked up in there. They're kind of a mess because Calvin, my cat, has stolen a couple of times and taken off with him. So he's pretty rotten. The next one that I have on the go is in a bag from my friend Jenny of Mountain State Stitches. And I actually haven't worked on this, but I want to go ahead and show it since, you know, I only show these once a month on here. But it is my Crochet Granny Stripe blanket. And yeah, there's my marker for where I was last episode, and I've done nothing. Not a thing. It's pretty big. I think what holds me back from working on this more is that the yarn is just like this. It's not caked up. It's not wound into a ball with a magic knot or anything. So it's just in there. I need to, if I put it into a magic knot ball, I think I would pull this out more to work on it. Yep. So maybe this Sunday I'll work on this a bit more. I'm kind of more motivated on my other blanket. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but so that's kind of why this hasn't gotten a ton of work. Oh, the magic knot. I do have a tutorial for how to do that. I will link that down below for you guys if you're interested in how to attach your yarns with the magic knot. That's what I do for my blankets, my Crochet Granny Stripe, and then my other one that I'm going to show you in a moment. Those are done with the magic knot. My socks, I should mention that. I had a lot of questions about how I weave in ends on my Scrappy socks. So I did a tutorial for that, and I will link it below for you guys as well for how I weave in my ends. This is the inside of the sock. So I will link the tutorial down below for you guys. Goodness. so that you can see how I weave in my ends on my socks. And last one is in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. It's still shoved in here, you guys. Takes up the whole bag. Goodness, I did not even show you guys my crochet hook for my granny stripe. So I'm using a 2.5 millimeter, and these are my Tulip Itimo crochet hooks. Love these so much, my absolute favorite crochet hooks. And if I do forget to mention something, I always try to put everything in my project pages. The tutorial for where I learned how to do the granny stripe blanket, the one that I watched, is over there, how many I chained on. All of that info is on the project page, which will be linked down below. The next one is my corner to corner, and it's huge. I'm gonna put my show notes over here so I can show this to you guys. Before I forget, I'll show you my hook. It is another Tulip Itimo, a 3.5 millimeter. And I've started another magic knot ball. I started working from another one. Finished the last one. And it's massive. Let me find, this is what I've really been motivated to work on because I'm getting so close to getting done with it. Let me find the marker for where I was last episode. It is so big. Okay. Here's where I was last episode. So I have, the rows go this way. I'll pull it all out in just a moment, but I worked from there up to here. Now let me hold this up for you guys. Here is, like, the rows are still so long. So I'm working from right here. This is the start of a row, all the way down to here. So I am at the, I'm towards the end, but they're still so long. It's huge and gorgeous. Put my chair back so I can show you guys. Huge, 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 huge. So pretty though. There's the corner where I started, way down there. That was the start. So yeah, it's massive. I love working on it and covering up with it while I'm working on it because it's just huge, insanely huge. But it's close, I'm getting there. I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So this is what I've been wanting to put all of my work into with Scrappy Sunday because I feel like I'm so close, and because I really want to start. I have an idea for a Scrappy shawl that I want to start, and I would love to start another Cozy Memories, but I'm determined to get this blanket done before I do any of that. Determined. It's gonna happen. This one I learned how to do from another tutorial online that's linked on the project page, and this one was by the Crochet Crowd. It was a great tutorial. That's what I went back to when I had to learn how to do the decreases when I was ready to start working on finishing the blanket. So I definitely recommend that one. The project page will be below, and then you can find the tutorial via that. Oh, and in case anyone asks, I have on my Heart of Glass tee that I knit summer before last, I think. I love this. Got some lace at the bottom. I opted for the short, doesn't really have sleeves, but it's not a tank top, it's got a little bit there. So I opted for this. There's a version, I think, with 3/4 length sleeves or something. So yeah, this is one of my favorite things that I've knit, and I would totally knit myself another one. I love it that much. And the yarn I used was Bumblebee Acres. I can't remember what the name of it was off the top of my head, but it was Bumblebee Acres. There was a project page. I'll link that down below for you guys. And I think that wraps it up for today. I hope that you guys are having a relaxing Sunday while you're watching this, that you're getting some knitting or crocheting done on your Scrappy projects, or maybe you've never started a Scrappy project, but now you feel inspired to do one. Make sure that if you are doing some Scrappy projects or you start one, that on Sundays you use the hashtag Scrappy Sunday. I would love to see what y'all are working on. And I will chat with you guys again next month about Scrappy projects. Until then, happy knitting and crocheting. Bye.